Okay, I'm going to try and read this out because I'm trying to get more used to talking on screen and get more used to just reading stuff out, so I thought this might help me to do it. Anyway, it's practice anyway. The green eye of the little yellow god. There's a one-eyed yellow idol to the north of Kathmandu. There's a little marble cross below the town. There's a broken-hearted woman tends the grave of Madkaru. And the yellow god forever gazes down. He was known as Madkaru by the subs at Kathmandu. He was hotter than they felt inclined to tell, but for his foolish pranks he was worshipped in the ranks, and the colonial's daughter smiled on him as well. He had loved her all along, with passion of the strong. The fact that she loved him was plain to all. She was nearly 21, and arrangements had begun to celebrate her birthday with a ball. He wrote to ask what present she would like from Madkaru. They met next day as he dismissed a squad, and jesting she told him then that nothing else would do but the green eye of the little yellow god. On the night before the dance, Madkaru seemed in a trance, and they chaffed him as they puffed at their cigars. But for once he failed to smile, and sat alone a while, then sat out into night beneath the stars. He returned before the dawn, with his shirt and tunic torn, a gash across his temple gripping red. He was patched up right away, and slept through all the day, and Colonel's daughters watched beside his bed. He wrote at last and asked if they could send his tunic through. She brought it, and he thanked her with a nod. He bade her search the pockets, saying that's from Madkaru, and she found the little green eye of the god. She unbraided poor Karus in the way that women do, though both her eyes were strangely hot and wet. But she wouldn't take the stone, and Madkaru was left alone with the jewel that he'd chanced his life to get. When the ball was at its height on that still and tropic night, she thought of him and hurried to his room. As she crossed the barrack square, she could hear the dreamy air of the waltz tune softly stealing through the gloom. His door was open wide, with silver moonlight shining through. The place was wet and slippery where she trod. An ugly knife lay buried in the heart of Madkaru. 'Twas the vengeance of the little yellow god. There's a one-eyed yellow idol to the north of Kathmandu. There's a little marble cross below the town. There's a broken-hearted woman tends the grave of Madkaru, and the yellow god forever gazes down. That was The Green Eye of the Little Yellow God, and I would by J MILTON HAYES. Anyway, I'm just practicing. I'm just practicing reading stuff out because I find it quite difficult, to be honest. Anyway, tell me what you think.